All righty, I'm going to call the Plot Committee to order. First on the agenda is roll call. Jack?
Present.
Jim? No Jim. Myself, Brian? Joe?
Here.
And Myron?
Byron?
Here?
Yeah.
All right.
Is that what you said?
Just need you to acknowledge that you're here.
Oh, okay. No, I just didn't hear you say my name.
Myron is here. So at this time, I'm going to pass it over to Dennis for a few housekeeping items.
Please be advised that all testimony is being recorded and is taken, well, it's not taken under oath, but we request that please, people, turn off your cell phones and other electronic devices. We ask that all persons conduct themselves in a civil manner and reserve the right to request those who are disruptive to leave. We will proceed to the adoption of previous month's meeting minutes.
At this time, going back to the August minutes, do we need to read those minutes, or do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion to approve?
I have a first. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
First by Myron, second by Joe. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All that oppose? All right. At this time, we have two on the docket. I'm going to pass it over. Kayla, you're up.
All right. The first item on today's agenda is the Coombs Home Place minor subdivision, a two-lot minor subdivision located at on County Road 900 North, near the intersection with Fortville Pike. There is an existing home site on Lot 1 that is shown, and then another building site is being divided off on Lot 2. There were comments from planning, surveyor, and Purdue Extension. We have received verbal approval or email approval from Purdue at this point, and I have signed off, and so has the surveyor. The comment from the one comment from Purdue Extension was actually about the commissioner's title block, which all three people with comments noted that, so it is corrected and taken care of. As far as comments from surveyor go, they had to do with the flood statement being corrected, the commissioner's signature block, and also a question about how the if 5/8 inch rebar was actually being placed at the center line of the ditch. I will let Mr. Olmsted speak about if he would like. As far as my planning comments go, a lot of just small technical comments, making sure everything was proofread correctly, all acreages matched, that kind of thing. For our address coordinator's sake, placing an address label on Lot 1 since it already has an existing address that will be maintained. Yeah, and let's see if there was anything else. Some covenant corrections. On the supplemental sheet, just some clarification of labeling and things like that. So pretty straightforward on that side.
So on the, when you say supplemental sheet, you're talking about this one, right?
Yes, yeah, it says development plan on it. That sheet does not get recorded. Only sheets 1 and 2 that are the actual plat documents, those get recorded. But that third sheet gives a lot of the really important information for us, especially at the technical committee level, to understand the lay of the land and any specific situations that might exist that might determine how we want to see the site developed. So they really illustrate these minor subdivisions, so it's not just a very, just a rectangle on a sheet. Now we know what other built items are there, some contours, if there's a wood line, if there's a fence, just some understanding. Are there encroachments? Things like that can be noted a little bit better on that page 3. So. But yep, Stoppelworth is represented here today by Dennis Olmsted, and he is the surveyor on this job. Do you have any more questions for me?
Did I hear you correct? All sign-offs have been through your office? We're not missing any signatures?
Like I said, we are missing the signature from Lace McCartney at Purdue, but she did reply via email that she was okay with this plat and the corrections that were made. I have the surveyors here, and I've signed off. Lace is on vacation this week, so we're not going to get hers. And like I said, I know for sure that that's been addressed.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Dennis Olmsted. I'm with Stoppelworth. I think Kayla's done a good job explaining the whole plat. It's doesn't get any simpler than what we've done here with 2-lot subdivision. I don't know if there's any other thing that I would have to point out to you. I did talk to the surveyor and told him that we were going to remove the monuments in the center line of the ditch and only put the 20-foot reference monuments at the top of the bank as he had requested. He was afraid that they were going to get torn out if he has to reconstruct the ditch, and he thought that it could puncture equipment tires or something if they were there. So I've agreed to take those off. We're not even going to try to set those and only put reference monuments at the top of bank 20 feet on line from the location of the rear lot corners. I'll be happy to answer any other questions you might have.
So we basically have a lot, and we have the parent trap, right? Is that lot 2?
Yeah, there's an existing house and a barn on the one lot, and then there's a vacant lot. Each of those are going to be sold. It was the old home place for Judy Coombs and her husband, and he passed away several years ago. Judy is now remarried and living up in Northeast Fishers, and this is the last piece of ground of the farm, this last 7.7 acres. All the rest of the acreage has been sold off previously.
Drainage going, is that going to the?
There's a ditch at the back of the lots. Yeah, it's a regulated drain ditch.
I hear any additional questions?
So you got an existing driveway on the first lot.
We haven't showed a driveway on the other lot because we don't know who's going to build there or how they're going to position the house and where they need the driveway. And I didn't want to show something that may not end up being true when it actually gets built.
Yeah, did the road commissioner check in on this? About
He was at the TAC
driveways?
meeting and had no comments.
So I assume it's fine to
Yeah, Kayla said that all
have another
sign-offs.
driveway.
Yeah. Do I hear a motion? I got a first by Joe. Do I hear a second?
Second.
I have a second by Jack. Any further discussion? All in favor say aye. Aye. All that oppose?
Thank you, gentlemen.
Yep.
Certified.
Check.
Just a quick note on this, a subdivision like this too, where, like the Coombs subdivision, where you've got another building lot potentially separated off. On something like this, we check to make sure that there was adequate road frontage, of course, on a public road. So we've got almost 250 feet here, which is likely why the Highway Department did not have any comments about driveway frontage here. Another thing that we look at with lots like this, in highly developing areas, it does show 2 septic fields. However, at the time that a building permit for this particular lot is turned into the county departments, it will be checked to make sure it is not within, I think, 330 feet of a public sanitary sewer line, things like that. So when the permit comes into our office, a whole nother round of review will begin to make sure that that improvement is correct on this lot.
Thank you.
Ready for praying?
Praying.
Praying.
Praying?
Praying?
Okay, it's silent.
I can't wait.
Praying, okay.
Praying. All right. Do you have tissues up there? Tissues?
Some right here.
Yes, okay. Awesome. Thank you. This one's a little bit trickier. So you'll see it is a single lot minor subdivision. On page 1, you can see a drawing of the parent tract. So this is currently part of a long, skinny rectangular lot. And then it's actually, this is broken into 2 parts currently. So there's lot 1 as it exists right now, and then it touches just by a corner with an L-shaped parcel around that kind of surrounds a flag lot, and it's under the same pin. So there's this L-shaped parcel in the rear, and then there's lot 1 as it's being platted today up at the front, and they just touch by one little point in the corner. And then there is this flag lot that they're proposing to share a driveway with. There's an existing home site on it from the 1970s. Currently it's all owned by the same family. And they're kind of cleaning up a situation through this minor subdivision while creating an additional home site. So that L back that was just barely kind of touching by that one little shared corner is actually being combined with the flag lot to give it more acreage. And then lot 1 is being created by our minor subdivision process to make it a buildable parcel.
Can you step here for a minute, please?
Yes.
I just want us to see. So you are proposing this is going to be lot 1, and this will all become lot 2, correct?
Yes.
Just so everybody. Okay. Well, I'm pretty sure that's what she was explaining. I just wanted verification. That's why I asked her to come up here. Can you show that to?
Yeah.
Explain it.
So these.
Jack, does that make sense?
This is lot
Well, I see,
I was going to ask
actually
Mike,
see
but,
3 different pieces of property.
so we're combining, or we're lot one will be the one that's been in question, and then the other 2 properties will be combined into one, correct, Mike? But that's what she explained. Does that make sense?
Okay,
So this here now
Okay.
will all become one.
this back here.
Yes, that would become part of this lot right there.
Okay, we're gonna take that
So
one.
you'll have 2 lots when it's said and done, rather than 3 the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it.
That was-
The way
my
it was
question
drawn, I
was,
was gonna ask.
what
the
was
same
gonna
question.
happen
Is
to the
this 3
remainder?
or 2
The remainder's being added to the other one.
Yeah, it's gonna be added to that.
Yeah, I was gonna address that, but Kayla's already addressed that. I'm glad Mike addressed that, so.
Yeah, I would point out that the second parcel here is not being platted as a lot as part of a minor subdivision. And that was purposeful to avoid then having to go through a variance process for the less than required lot frontage. I have made Mike aware of the risks involved with that it is still basically a existing non-conforming lot with a house on it. It now has more land. But if, say, that house were to be torn down or somebody wanted to build a new house back there, they would have to bring that parcel back to this board to be able to build another house back there. But at this time, that's a lovely house. It's a lovely situation. They're adding more acreage to it. It's all by meets and bounds. So there is a path through our current subdivision control ordinance to do it this way to avoid the family from also having to go to the
So it's gonna
BZA.
remain 3 different lots, basically.
2.
So it is combined.
Yes.
Okay, they
Lot
just can't
1.
build on that second half. Okay, I understand.
Yep.
Sorry.
Okay. Yep. So lot 1, it is sharing a drive. That flag pole section, it's proposing a shared driveway. So I know you guys have feelings about shared driveways that I'll let you discuss with Mike and make sure that everything looks good on that side. Apart from that, though, it has adequate road frontage. So there is the possibility that Lot 1 can establish its own driveway if relationships ever sour with the other drive owner. Apart from that, really, it was just a few comments about covenants and cleaning it up to really clearly match the appendices in our subdivision control ordinance, which will be taken care of before recording. The comments were from planning, surveyor, and health. All 3 have signed off. Plan comments, just a descriptive diagram showing that parent track situation. Label on the road, and then the covenant check before recording. It's just, there we go. Okay. Health department needs soil borings for the primary and secondary septic sites to be in the same place. Need an invert elevation on the drain tile. And Brent signed off on that. And then surveyor's department, they wanted a point of beginning shown, a call on the south line matching the legal, point of commencement matching the legal, some other questions about legal description, proofreading. And then they wanted to verify the size of the tile before the plat is recorded.
I did have one question on covenants. I got to think about this. Is there a time or stipulation on covenants as to how long that covenant is good for? Meaning, is there an expiration date on that covenant?
The covenants that we require to be on the plat are they're good as long as our code is. There's not a timeline on those.
Okay.
So like our covenants are very much, information about right to farm, certifying that the owner is on board with everything. It very much cut and dry stuff directly out of the back of our subdivision control ordinance. And a lot of others are dealing with the drainage of the site, and basically you can't mess up the drainage. Those type of covenants. Other covenants are put in place by the owner with the help of their surveyor. Those sometimes do come with timelines. Other times they're recorded as a separate document with the recorder's office. And those kind of things really, they are up to the developer of the subdivision and the surveyor to work out. We don't typically get involved in those.
Okay, you don't put a mandate on. I got to looking at that, reading this, and I just thought maybe that's something we need to look at going forward, so that's why I was asking if there was a time frame. Okay.
Yeah, I just looked at one the other day that the developer of a minor subdivision came back, I think 10 years after it had been approved by this body, when they finally got to sell the lots to people who were going to build homes. And they recorded a document upstairs that also said fencing in the front, and this is an R1 out in unincorporated county, that fencing in the front yard had to be decorative iron, that the facade of the house had to be 100% brick, things that are not in our, they're above and beyond our local ordinance and were not considered at the time of plat approval. And so for that document, it came with a 10-year, I think, 20-year timer with automatic renewal stipulations unless the majority of the lot owners got together and decided to change things.
Okay.
Yeah, but those are not, and we don't enforce any of those.
You are correct. We don't.
Those are strictly private.
Okay.
Any questions?
No, I think we're ready for Mike. Morning, Mike.
Good morning. Mike Gibson with MJ Gibson Land Surveying here in Greenfield. This basically was a farm. Mr. David Prangy and his wife owned several acres, and now we're left with 3 different tracts or 3 different legal descriptions, if you will. Those came out of a 16-acre tract. 10 acres was sold, or 17-acre tract. 10 acres sold to a son who's passed away, but Lot 1 will be owned by Mr. Prangy's daughter, trying to get closer to home, take care of mom and dad. The driveway is going to be an easement. We included it part of the plat as far as a shared driveway. It makes sense, but also we made sure there was enough road frontage to cover that in case, different ownership comes about and people don't get along. So there is room enough, meets the ordinance for that. As you'll notice, on the 3rd page or the bigger sheet, there's a drain tile that runs through the middle of the property. Everything will be south of that as far as the septic systems and the house. Chad has agreed that at the time that this gets approved, we'll go out and uncover that to verify the size and depth, but the owners have done that. That's the inverts and elevations we've put on there. So we appreciate Kayla's office and working with us on the platting process of this. That's an existing house that's been around for a long time, so what allows us to be able to add property is if we just add into your ground, and we've already got the survey done that incorporates that L-shaped piece of property in the back, tying into the existing homestead. So I believe we've done everything we've agreed to do and ask for your approval.
Okay, that flag, that is not a buildable lot, correct?
Well, it's not a buildable lot with this plat. We're not platting it. I would have to research back to see when the 1.5 acre tract that the existing house sits on now, that possibly is a lot of record. And the ordinance allows you to add ground to that. So when that time comes, if a building permit ever needed to be, if they want to add a garage,
Come back here anyway.
they may have to go through the platting process.
Right.
Yeah,
I do like you cleaning it up. I appreciate that.
yeah.
So there's no need for any utility easement going back to that lot?
Not necessarily. He did put in a 20-foot access easement I see on here, which I do appreciate that.
Yeah, that's, if we need, I don't know where the power's going to come in at this point. We could run it on one side or the other, but he has power back to his house. I don't know, if we require utility easement for electric or gas, then we would do that.
I think maybe surveying that, Mike, to see where those utilities, I'm assuming it's probably on his property.
Yeah,
But just to verify, if it's not, then I think we would need to put an easement on
add
it.
an easement.
Add an
Okay.
easement just to cover that existing for Lot 2.
I'm sure it runs down through that lane or his existing drive.
I would assume too.
Yeah, but
Is that something that we could just get I say a survey, but a utility?
I'll agree to put a 15-foot utility easement along that east side.
I just want to make sure that utilities aren't on lot 1. If it is, then we would need
I agree.
If
Yep.
that makes sense. So if you just call, 811, see where the utilities are at. If it is on lot 2, then I don't think you need it.
Yeah.
That makes sense. If it's on
Yeah,
lot 1, then we need something.
I'm looking back, I visited the site not too long ago, and I think there's a transformer box up by the driveway at the road.
Yeah.
So I think it would be best interest to have a utility easement along
Okay.
that east line anyway. We'll add it.
That's
So,
fine with me.
easy.
I will not tell you. I won't say no.
We'll
So
take it,
I'm
yeah.
all about that.
Okay.
The tile, that's not a county tile. You said that's a private.
That's correct. It's just a private.
Private, okay. No easement there than needed, okay.
Right.
Anybody have any further questions or comments for Mike?
I guess we don't need a maintenance agreement on the drive or anything?
There is one.
It's on covenants.
That's why I was asking. There's no timestamp on there. That's why I was,
Yeah, that's a great point. I might have been the same person that Kayla was talking about, came into my office, had a question on the covenants that have already expired. Well, they didn't expire because they just renew every 10 years after a certain date. And these are all county covenants. There's no added covenants on these by the developer. At times, we have them wanting to put the square footage of the house, masonry requirements, so on and so forth. And I think at that point, that would be added. But as far as your ordinance, that's probably a good thing to.
just
Although
thinking-
those can't be changed. Covenants that are on there now can't be changed no matter, they don't run out of time as long as the ordinance stays. in
that was my concerns. I'm not worried about today. I'm not worried about
Right.
tomorrow. I'm worried about 30 years from now.
30 years from now, yep, that's exactly right.
And we're still required to show a second
The
utility
the
easement?
health department requires that, or requests it. I don't, we're not gonna fight that. I don't think
Okay.
the state of Indiana doesn't
Okay.
require that,
I just was trying to
but
run the rules through my actual head there.
Yeah.
Because the state had that statute that changed or whatever.
Kayla, I know this is obviously a 3-to-1 exception for at least lot 1. Since we're not plotting lot 2, was there a need for a 3-to-1 there?
forgot to mention, thank you though. It's close, but it's not. But I know you love 3-to-1.
Yeah, Brian's, he's good with those calculations.
Good case to approve it though.
So do I hear a?
Motion to approve?
Yes. Byron, do
Yes.
I hear a second?
I'll second.
Do we include a 3-to-1 for lot 1?
Yep.
Byron, would you like to
Yes, sir.
restate that?
Motion to approve with approval also of the 3-to-1.
All right, we got a first and a second, I believe, by Jack. Another further discussion. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Without oppose?
Thank you.
Mike, we're good. Passes. Thank you.
All right, yeah, you can meet me back in my office.
Dennis, did you get all that? All right. I think we have one other order of business, is maybe the calendar for next year. Would you like to go over that? Or would you like to?
Send that out to you. I don't think I printed out copies for you today. Do you happen to have a copy in your folder? Okay, all right. If you guys want, we can make you copies of the next year calendar before you leave here today. Yes, okay. And that way you have them. I think we followed the same system that we usually do.
Okay.
But yeah, we will get that. If you do have any comments, once again, we can certainly change meeting dates if we see it coming that there's going to be a conflict, in advance of a month's meetings. I have one other item to discuss with you too.
Okay.
You all have,
Dennis, can you send that email? That way we have, if anybody wants a hard copy, they can have it. But would you mind emailing me or anyone else just email everyone. How's that? That way we're covered. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes.
you're all one-year board appointments. So if you do or do not want to be reappointed by the Plan Commission to serve in this body again, Please let the Plan Commission know if anything needs to change, I suppose would probably be the best way to go about it. Or let me know. I'm happy to let everybody else know that too, so.
I'm more than happy to serve next year, but if they would like to go a different direction, I will respect that as well.
And feel free to think about it too, if anybody needs to think
Anyway.
about it.
She's letting you know, because I believe the planning will vote on it.
Okay.
And it's like the 20-something.
Yeah, we'd like to know, the Plan Commission is on the 18th this month, which is coming up next Tuesday. Yep, because Thanksgiving week, everything kind of gets canceled. So yeah,
Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, I'll be here again.
all right.
Yeah.
All right, we have any other business? Anyone else?
Motion to do.
I hear a motion to adjourn. I hear a first. Hear a second?
Second.
Joe seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All that oppose? Hey, we're adjourned.
Thank you.
Kayla, are you busy right now, or?
I need to speak to Mike here in a minute, but apart from that, not too much.
Okay.
What have you?
I just want to look something on the computer, but I can do that later.
No, you can definitely come on in. It might just take me a minute, but I can look up whatever you need. All right, and Dennis, you can shut down the room.